Yeah, you just seen me put those lenses down. Quick word, because we're getting ready to dive in something serious today. Let go. Sex and God. See, people don't tell you that you should feel like this. They don't tell you that you're getting ready to try and wash off memories from your soul. They don't tell you that you're going to be stuck replaying old connections that broken places that nobody sees but you. They don't tell you about the weight that you're carrying started with someone who walked away from something that God told you to guard. What started off as pleasure, yeah, it led to depression, anxiety, suicide attempts, addiction, alcoholism, fatherless home, child support, financial chaos, spirit of abandonment, STD, trauma bonds, lost identity. Here's the wildest part of it. Most of this could have been reduced, avoided, or even entirely eliminated if you would have just followed the simple instruction: no sex before marriage. Not because God's a killjoy, not because he wants to ruin the fun. It's because he can see all the pain is coming. He loves you enough to try to stop it. See, when you wait on God's timing, you don't just save your body, you save your mind. You save your sanity. You save the future of your kids from chaos. You protect your heart from being passed around like loose change. In marriage, there's no comparison. No drama over who was better. Man, who got time for that? Arguing about exes and the torment of the past. Because when it's the first, you get to learn each other from scratch. No trauma, no baggage, just God's covenant and discovery. He knew what he was talking about. This is something that is rare. This is something that is holy. And that's why God said, wait. I'm not saying that this was the end all be all for everything, that it's perfect, that it's 100% foolproof. But here's the reality. Some things just wouldn't happen. Like, yes, suicide would happen because suicide happens for many reasons. But you know what wouldn't happen? You being in a relationship and you having soul ties because you're dating this guy, you're dating this girl, and you gave that special part ahead of time, right? Now that this person has moved away from this situation, you're upset at first. Then you find yourself feeling depressed. You even feel some anxiety when you hear the phone ring or when that person is mentioned, and you're crying in your room, and then your friend comes over and then they offer you something to smoke. And I ain't talking about no cigarettes. Or they offer you something to drink. And maybe you don't even drink, you don't even smoke, but you go ahead and try. And you realize that during that smoking and that drinking, you kind of forget about the situation. Maybe you giggle about it. You can kind of push it to the side. After you sober up, you're back with depression or more depression. And then you find yourself going and get more drugs, or you find yourself using something else to try to bury the pain, and things get to worse. And then you notice that situation in your life is getting darker. And then you start hearing thoughts that tell you that you should take your life, thoughts that tell you that you should drive off into traffic, thoughts that tell you that you should pick up a gun and do this and do that to you. This situation happened because of that. Oh, and let's not mention, this is something that gets completely eliminated. There is no more sexually transmitted diseases. Can you imagine that? The only reason that there's STDs on this earth is because people have multiple sex partners. STDs are eliminated. What else is eliminated? Most fatherless homes are eliminated. Most of the spirit of abandonment is eliminated. Broken homes, for the most part, are eliminated. They don't exist anymore. There is no more comparison where you're sitting up there, you're thinking about the guy, that you're thinking about the young lady he used to be with and what they did and what y'all would do when y'all were alone, and who's this and who's that and who's better and all that. No, because y'all are discovering each other for the very first time, loving each other for the very first time. And guess what? For both of y'all are the best that each one has ever had. So to y'all knowledge, it gets no better than that. That matters. Hey, take a second seriously, and I want you to process all the different things that we pointed out today. I'm not even going in complete detail of everything, but look, something that God asked us that's so simple is something that seems to be very hard for us to follow through on would help ourselves, would help our families, would help community and society greatly. I mean, in so many different areas. If we just say no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till God sends us. Come on, Holy Spirit, sends us the right one. A lot of us are in wrong relationships. A lot of us are unevenly yoked. A lot of us are in broken relationships. A lot of us is suffering with the people that we are with because we did not wait for God to send us the right person, and then a person that we could build with, a person that we could grow with, a person that God could give special insight so we could understand them and they could understand us. Man, I hope you listened and heard everything I said on this quick word. And really, I'm so passionate about this, and I have so much to say that I have to cut myself off.